Hey everybody, it's Scott, worship pastor here at Trinity, and I was asked to give you a little devotional thought on the words "I thirst" that Christ spoke on the cross. And I couldn't help but think of this place here at Crown Hill Ranch it's called Two Springs. We really only have one spring here, but it's called Two Springs, and it has never stopped flowing. This pipe that you saw there just a second ago, and I couldn't help but think of it and how a lot of our guests come up here and drink from this like a drinking fountain. And then I couldn't help but think about this Far Side cartoon that I saw, and I just want to tell you about this, and it stuck with me. There's these two guys walking through a desert, and they are just parched. You can see their clothes are tattered, and they are like on their last breath, crawling through the desert, and they come across a drinking fountain in the middle of the desert. That's the far side. But they come across this and they muster their way up and they get up to the drinking fountain, and the one guy starts to take a drink, and he just starts to put his lips there. And you got to imagine that he's just so thirsty. And the guy behind him taps him on the shoulder and says, "Hey, wait a minute. Let it run a little while until it gets cold." Which is ironic, right? We wouldn't do that. If you're so thirsty after something, and you thirst, you would drink every drop that you could possibly drink from it. And Jesus on the cross said, "I thirst." And if you look at the scriptures, throughout scriptures, I think he was cluing us in to many times. Jesus said, I am the living water. I will give you a drink that will last forever. In fact, here, I don't want to just slaughter it. It says, everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty, talking to the woman at the well, but whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never thirst again. So he points to thirst, and Jesus on the cross says, "I thirst," to fulfill a prophecy, it says. And then, if you look all the way at the end in Revelation, Jesus says again, says this, listen to this is so great. It says, "And he who is seated on the throne said, 'Behold, I am making all things new.'" He did that on the cross for us, right? He gives us new life. He says, "I'm making all things new." And also he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." And he said to me, "It is done. I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty, I will give from the spring of water of life without payment." He did that on the cross for us. He pointed to thirsting after God. You know the song that says, the old worship song, "As the deer pants for the water, so my soul longs and thirsts after the Lord." I share with you today that if you thirst after God, like it's your last drop of water that you will ever get, or the last breath that you would ever breathe, if you seek after God like that, he promises us that he will fill us and he will enter into us and dwell within us as his God, as our God, and us as his children. So, I thirst. I challenge you to thirst after God with everything that you have today. Thanks so much. Have a great day.